unto the least of these. We are continuing the journey in a quarterly study, looking at what does it mean and what does it imply to be managers for God. We looked at how our approach to material possessions is an important building block in the relationship with God. We looked at tithe, offerings, debt, very important and interesting elements in this puzzle. This week we dive into another perspective, our sensitivity to others and their needs, and how it affects our approach to what we have and own. Some things are easy to understand on the surface, like be sensitive, take care of others, be proactive with the needs of others, take care of the poor, the widow, the stranger. This was the core of the message about the coming of the Messiah and his role, yet because we think we understand, we leave it at the surface and it gets blown away. We kind of think of other, more important and serious stuff, like overturning the oppressors of this world, building strength for combat, get more powerful and self-reliant. So when Jesus proclaimed his coming as the Messiah, through his service to the sick and those in need, it didn't click for the most. Throughout the Bible, we see provisions for the poor and appeals to be proactive and attentive to those in need. In Old Israel, for example, the owner of the land was to intentionally leave part of whatever he was growing so that it could be picked up by someone in need. We live in different contexts today, but it's very important to develop such mentality and to be intentional in how we serve and help. The lesson looks at two very opposite examples in the Bible. A rich man came to Jesus excited about his teachings and asked what he needs to do in order to be saved. Knowing how attached he is to his possessions, though, Jesus told him that he has to sell everything and give it to the poor. This is not a universal request for everyone. It was a personal message to this man who couldn't let it go. It's very sad when our attachment to material possessions becomes our identity and an obstacle to grow and develop a relationship of dependence on God. What God gives us is so much more than anything this world can offer. Zacchaeus was also a rich man. When Jesus saw him, he saw his need and desire for something bigger than what he had. Zacchaeus invited Jesus. He offered half of what he had to the poor and he compensated anyone that he had wronged. Jesus didn't even have to ask for any of it. The open heart of Zacchaeus felt the presence of God and he knew what he had to do. Job, he is a significant example, not just because of his struggle and pain, but because of his faithfulness and trust in God. In his defense, when he reflects on his life and his relationship with God, he brings forward what he considered to be his glory. And it was his help for the poor, for the fatherless ones, the widow, the blind. He didn't wait to be asked to help. He was proactive. And this was his justice and righteousness from God. Our blessings are to be shared, to bless others. We are managers of them, not owners. What do I take away from this lesson in the length of one tweet? #lesson in one. Being sensitive and proactive to help those in need is our greatest commission as managers of resources for God. Blessings are to be shared and to bless others. Do not be owned by what you think that you own. Next week, we will continue with planning for success.